There's a few things I want to show you about the defects coming out of the manufacturer. They're not going to tell me this guy hit, so here, show you something. Misaligned bumper. And what it is, it's the bracket was welded a little too early. Or you can say it's that bracket not long enough. So that's the interesting part. Let's see. The other part is this. So I'm going to piece this up. If you look, you won't see any threads whatsoever. Now the funny part of it is, I'm trying to figure out, like this one down here. If you look down here, you'll see threads. But anyway, there's threads in that one, but there's no threads in this one, so this kind of, let's see, which threads that got drilled out. Whoever drilled that out, that requires a helicoil to be put on correctly, so it's interesting. So this is still good. They were saying I had to buy a brand new one of these because of that. But that just needs a helicoil. And some people don't know how to put helicoils in. You put it in and then you slowly back out once it's set. And then you stick all this on top. This should have never came out of the manufacturer. Or the garage period, so has a mog. Missing a spacer, upper damn near spacer is missing. No hole for it. It's just a ram stop, apparently. It's missing the 2-inch riser. This is actually supposed to have a 2-inch riser, not a 1-inch. This looks like kind of looks like a Mexican car. If it's Mexican, it has to go over the border, because they normally got that in there. The what they call it's technically metal, but it's made because it's poured in from the top, and they slowly work it down, and it seals all that up. You already know about that screw up. Of course, back in the 80s, they came out with another quick fix with this right here, where you drill it out and you post it, and you actually put a post in and whatnot, but the post is very, very small and whatnot. And what happens is you gotta put your back brakes on and everything, and you gotta cut this down right here, and you slide it over. And it has just enough room between this and that to put a nut on it. And then you gotta, if you're smart, you get a post with a hole in it, then you put a cotter pin in. A guy from Canada tried to say this is one of my screw-ups, and I was just sitting there laughing. I was like, no, dude. I don't think so. This is your screw-up. Because he got pissed and started pissing around with the union. He's a lot older than I am. Trying to front that he's not. Piss poor design from Dodge. Actually, is it? I'm trying to remember if this has the Dodge engine or the Ford engine. Because Ford couldn't get their crap running one bit, so they needed to hand me out to get going. I like what Advance Autos handed to me. Advance Autos handed me one of these. What I need is a post pin. I need one slightly bigger and threading, because these threads are sharp. And I don't want to Helacoil it because it seems really wide in there. Seems like it's really wide. I mean, the fact I can do that. I mean, you can hear it. And whether or not a Helacoil would work would be another question. Helacoils are pretty easy. You go to, and if you're in Cogan Station, you go down to Surplus City. You go down, you walk in, go to the second aisle, walk all the way down, you'll see permanent silicone lock. But it's not really silicone, it's thread lock. That's permanent, and that's what goes in here. Right now, the price tag right now on this one is about $6,000 worth of fuck-ups from the manufacturer. Actually, it's, what is it? It's $5,000 for the fuck-ups from the manufacturer and $1,000 from another source, the mechanic it came from, who working on it. The pump on it's incorrect. They have a certain pump on here and it's not right. The so-called master pump up there. You can get away with a lot cheaper and a lot better quality pump by just putting the actual pump in there. It's called a mini quad pump. Has the non-spiral hub on it. It really makes me think this has a van, like it has the van parts, because this was a union assembled vehicle. This vehicle was assembled by the union, and the union claimed the union openly admitted in a courtroom that it got things mixed up, parts and everything else. So I'm just glad I wasn't around at that point in time. But here's another one. This could easily be because I think it still has the manufacturer exhaust on it because it looks like it. The yeah, that's the manufacturer exhaust. But if this ever has been off, which I doubt it because these are one of the largest pain in the rear ends to get off at the manifold, and normally require the last one required a S10 pickup to drag the manifold, as it was mounted onto a shear block of concrete, and we used a truck to actually pull this apart because this is round beveled. It's a flat and a round beveled. even though they're both kind of round beveled, it's just a pain in the ass. Someone's like, why don't you just take a sludge? Nah. But it got it apart. It takes 2 hydraulics to undo that. The other manufacturer defect is this right here. If you notice, the holes aren't all the way drilled through. You'll notice holes. I'll bring this around. These holes in here. They're drilled through. This came out of Canada. All the parts came out of Canada, so mainly all I had to do was assemble it. And they were to report any mess ups. Like if you saw a mess up, like let's say the insert right here did not fit in correctly, and it was either too big or too small, then you would take this part, the whole skid, you would set it back on and then reject it, and then it'd go back to Canada. So you don't just stop at rejecting one skid, but you get the inventory guy is good about what he does. He'll pull all these parts and all of them will go back, because these vehicles they're not time set. You don't have to check a vehicle out in 38 minutes. That was just a speed test they did at Ford, which Ford got in trouble for too. 76,000 vehicles back in the manufacturer because the wheels were coming off. And what would happen is the whole front axles were loosening up right there, and roughly right there. And some of them you could reach in behind the tire and grab the sway bar and just yank up on it. Some of them, the exhausts were falling off of them. Stuff like that. That's about it for this one. You can watch my other video. I have another video about Dodge. And mainly it's about Dodge, but it's also about the automotive industry. About all the screw ups and how they cover it up, trying to use other people's names that they don't have the rights to use. So trying to say, oh, this person said it was okay. No, they didn't. The person's not even the manufacturer. He is in another state. That's the problem with industry over here. That's it.